Hi, I'm Miliella, and this is Melody of Music Rapid Fire Questions. Starting off with the first one, which is if you could cover any other song featuring on Melody of Music, which one would it be and why? I think it would probably be a track by Nadia Kadek or Mela. Specifically, I think maybe Lemonade by Nadia Kadek. I love both of their sounds, and I think they would complement mine, which is great. What is your favorite song you have written? Usually, my favorite song is the one I'm currently writing or working on. But if I had to kind of pick one, it would probably have to be What Have I Done, which is part of my upcoming project, which I'm very excited about. Who would you most like to collaborate with? Great. I'm thinking big here. Number one would have to be Lady Gaga. I think Lady Gaga's artistry lies in her versatility, and I would love to just be with her and create different types of music of like different genres. I would love to see her at work. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's great, and yeah, that would be number one. Number two would be Stevie Nicks. I'd pick Stevie Nicks because there's something about her writing and her storytelling that's just so poignant, and I've always just been left in awe. So I'd love to just be in a co-writing session with her, learn her little songwriting tips and tricks, and just kind of like steal them and make them mine. Favorite artist? This one's a bit difficult, but I kind of approach this question like if I was stranded on an island and I could listen to one album, who would the artist be? And it does come down to Elliott Smith, just because there's something about Elliott Smith's music that it just it unfolds every time you listen to it. It's like every time you just pick something up about it that's different to your previous experience. And I love that about his music. And I think that's why I pick him. Yeah, that's why I pick him. Best concert you've seen. This one's not that difficult. I think it is Rosalia's Lux album tour at the O2 in Greenwich. That was just once again, artistry at its finest. The Swan Lake motif got to me. The singing was impeccable. The dancing impeccable. There was such a good pace to the whole show. It was just phenomenal. I just left just so inspired, and I think that's what music and art is meant to do. So there it is. Best concert I've seen, Rosalia's Lux. But that could change. Who inspired you to make music? I don't think it's I don't know if it's a who, but more of I always found myself singing. It's always been something I've quite enjoyed doing, and thought I was good at. So yeah, I definitely think it's always been a big part of my life. And when I was younger, I loved to write stories and tell stories. And kind of as I got older, that kind of lended itself into writing my own songs and finding a sort of home and a place where I could explore the intensity of my emotions through art. And that's how I got into making music. But that's also what inspired me to keep making music. It was just that cathartic feeling inside. So why did you get into music? I think I answered this. It kind of just all started with me just singing, and then when I was younger, I learned how to play the piano. I really didn't like it. I learned how to play the violin. I really didn't enjoy it. And then when I was 15 or 16, I picked up a guitar, and the rest is history, really. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Favorite venue I've performed at? I think it has to be Earth Hackney. I performed there as part of an artist program I did, which I really enjoyed. But of course, there's other venues I'd love to perform at as well, like Morocco Bound Bookshop. I think that space really lends itself well to my style of music. And then the kind of goal would be to do Union Chapel. That's the goal. Melody or lyrics first? This really does depend on the song. Usually my writing process is like, I'm just kind of playing around on my guitar, exploring different chord progressions, and then kind of the melody and the lyrics kind of unfolded themselves together. But I'm always kind of writing lyrics first on my like notebook or on my phone. So it probably is more lyrics first. So yeah, sometimes it starts with a concept, which I kind of just let, you know, just flow around in the air, like I'd like to write a song about this, and then, you know, that kind of then unravels itself at the right time and in the right headspace. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So what 3 words describe your sound? I would say ever evolving. I'd like my music to evolve sonically, so ever evolving. Second, warm. I think there's something quite comforting to it that's like quite warm. Yeah. And then lastly, magical. I think making music is magical. Writing music is magical, sharing it is magical, and there's something quite subconscious about it. So that's what I'd say. I think that is all the questions. I hope you enjoyed, and yes, thank you so much.